sit on the There's no snakes crawling around your house.
Oh, you got two-leg snakes. We always say the joke is we got two-leg snakes also.
So, not necessary. But but who's doing that? Who's going off to the forest? Everyone wants to sit down in the living room and meditate for 15 minutes. What do you do in 15 minutes? So apane jivati pranam prana pranam tapare, and you have to know how to actually balance the life airs. It's very difficult. It doesn't work for people of this age. So what works for people of this age is Harinama eva kevalam. So that's why it says Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam. Kalo, in this age of Kali, Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. It's not karma, Nasti, not Asti, it's not Gyan, either by speculation, it's not by yoga, Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. So, but it's very simple, it's very easy. Now Sunil is chanting one mantra, one round japa every day, isn't it?
You send me from there.
Almost every day? Or
Almost every day. Almost every day. So one part, I may miss there.
Like that?
Yeah, no, yours is too big. I'll be getting one.
When I...
Yes.
These are big ones.
You know, when I met him for the first time, I just told him, I said, this is very nice beads you have. He said, you don't get them in India. I said, go to Vrindavan, get it. You know, from Budapest, he sent me a package with a small Gita and one of these beads, you know.
Big, small, it doesn't matter.
I know, big or small.
It's in the mantra.
Mantra.
This is just a calculator.
And it's much easier, that's all.
Traditional count. So we count. You know, in India, there are many people who go 64 times around. There's 108 beats.
Yeah.
So that means one mantra per beat. Every time you chant a mantra, you move along. In our Krishna consciousness movement, minimum someone has to do 16 for initiation. For Diksha, one has to do 16 rounds. Otherwise, there are those who chant 32 times around, 64 times around, 128 times around, 192 times around.
Per day.
24 hours a day.
In the road also, when I see people walking, they are doing their mantra.
That's all right, but chanting when you're doing something else is one thing, but the real thing is that you're not doing anything else. It's just like you're walking around the road and you're talking to Neeru, but paying attention to other things, and she doesn't take it very kindly.
I don't.
Because you don't pay attention.
That's a usual complaint.
You are telling me that is my usual complaint.
That's a usual complaint. Then you are very distracted.
So busy picking up the telephone.
Yes.
Yes. How do you know that?
Yes.
How do you know it?
How do you know? Because everyone in India is doing it.
Right. But Swamiji, then what is the solution? We have to go about our daily works. We have to go to work as well. And the point is, it's a question for me, but where do we strike the balance? Like, we do want to meditate, but we can't leave our work, we can't leave our jobs, we can't leave our household work. So where do we strike the balance? How do we go about doing it?
Exactly what you say, it's a balance. But this is talks about balance.
If you could just tell us about that, because that is what is the need of the hour.
Samadhista Sakeshava Stita Kirkin Bahashita Kinashita, which he says don't eat too much, don't eat too little.
I know. He's caught me.
No, he's reduced a lot, He's back. No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's reduced.
He's working on it.
And he's not.
Don't eat too much, don't eat too little, don't sleep too much, don't sleep too little, don't work too much, don't work too little. There has to be a balance.
And not too much scolding our husband also.
Everything is balanced.
Swamiji, please take my side.
Something has to be there. Balance means there has to be some.
Swami is balanced. He is not supporting anybody.
So you need, but in our world today, we're not living by what we need. We're living way beyond our needs. So we're living by our wants. And our wants.
And there's no end to that.
And our wants are continually being fueled and fed by a consumer society that we live in.
Too much materialism.
So advertising more, and if you keep chasing after more, then you'll never be satisfied. So rather, we have to, it's just like in business, you need to do time management. You have to organize your time. So life has to be based on time management. We have to organize our time and to actually budget. All right, I have to have this much time for, the priorities start off with, I have to have priority for my family. I have to have priority for my spiritual life. Then I have priority for myself. And last should come actually work. So we need health. We need time for family, we need time for ourselves, and that can also include our own spiritual needs as well. And that's best done in the morning. So you have to budget aside time. And there are many, many devotees who, all over the world, many people, so you take for instance Arjuna, so he had more work to do. Ultimately he was helping Yudhishthira Maharaj. They were running the whole world. You're talking about doing a little business, running a little company, or even running some government agency, but they were managing the whole world from Hastinapur. But still, they were doing the spiritual practices. So, there's a very good saying, is that you have to put first things first. So what's the first thing? The first thing is the permanent thing, the permanent asset, our own spiritual well-being. Because you have to work, you say you can't leave your work, you can't leave your family, but you're going to leave them.
Oh yes.
One day it's going to be finished, and they're gone. And that day could be tomorrow, or it could be 20 years from now, but like it or not, then the business has to go on without you. The family has to go on without you.
And it will go on.
The world is, and it will go on.
Yeah, everything will go on.
So if it's going on then, why not now? It doesn't mean we have to leave, but we have to have the balance. And what, yes, we're attached. But what do? We have to take with us. What is it that we can take? You can't take your bank balance, you can't take your family members, but Krishna says, but what you will take with you is your spiritual attainment. So the spiritual benefit that we get, that we can take with us. And therefore, we have to make that type of bank balance, spiritual bank balance. So, rise in the morning, first thing, let me read a few verses from Bhagavad Gita. Let me chant Hare Krishna.
Yes.
If you want to do some puja, let me do some puja, and then let the day begin. And then build on that. And we have to examine, do I actually need to keep pursuing endless needs? How much do we really need to live? This world is full of excess, and we're living in a consumer world where we're manufacturing and producing so many things. When I first came to India, which was getting on to 50 years ago, it was not possible for me to make a telephone call in Vrindavan to phone my mother. I had to go all the way into the post office, and I had to wait there to book a call. Receiving a call was hopeless, forget it. So there's no... The life went on. Now we've got mobile call. What does it mean? Any time that you're doing something anywhere, you're in the bathroom and the telephone's ringing, and then you feel impelled to answer. How are you? Same way I was yesterday when you phoned me. What has changed? So there are so many things that our world is building up on, so many artifices, consumer items, things that we don't need to live. What do we need to live? We need a roof over our head. I need an apartment. I need some furniture. There's only so much you can eat. So, but when we start to actually become obsessed with acquiring, with excessive education, more and more and more, then there's only 24 hours a day, and you lose that. But we become attached. But Mrityu Sarva Harashanand, and death comes, and attached or not attached, it goes. You lose it. So that attachment is it can be a very dangerous thing, and it's a very good thing. When you become attached to the right thing, so Satam Sangam Amavirya Sambido, the psychics describe attachment to family and so many other things is what actually causes bondage in this world. But that same attachment, when you dovetail it to sadhus, to saintly persons, to Bhagavad Gita, to Nam Sankirtan, Moksha Dwara Upavritam, it opens the door to liberation. So if we want to be liberated, then that's where attachment is good. And therefore attachment, it's natural that we have a certain degree of attachment, but ultimately it shouldn't blind us.
So it's a very thin line.
Yes.
Very thin line.
Yes. It's a thin line, fine line, but you have to know how to manage it, and that's what intelligence is. So that's why Krishna talks about buddhi yoga, intelligence, yoga of the intelligence. Know what you need, and just live by what you need. And someone can take more for furthering the purpose of the service of the Lord, then that's fine. But it shouldn't be to the degree that I'm sacrificing my soul. Just like in the Bible they say, what is the use if someone